Today at Topaz, next to me, we've got an absolutely unbelievable car. This is the new Porsche 992 GT3RS, and it's one of the very first in the country. It's been delivered here to Topaz for our full PPF treatment. But even better than that, we're going to have 4, if not 5 GT3RSs in this video. This car is so insane. I cannot believe it's road legal. That's how hardcore it is. The carbon fibre, the arches, all of the extra flared vents, these wheels, magnesium wheels, all things that you don't get on the GT3, all special details that we'll show you up close later in the video. But for now, we're going to jump into the PPF process on this, the 992 GT3RS. So you might be wondering, GT3 to GT3RS, just how different is it? Actually, this car, every single panel on this car, in terms of PPF, other than the headlights, is different on the GT3RS to the GT3. So of course, this is the first one in. We've had to pattern this car from scratch, as I say, other than the headlights, to make sure that all of our paint protection film fits on every single complex. Pasha, our PPF installer here, is doing the rear ducktail. It looks simple, but trust me, when you're going to PPF it, it is not simple. This is really, really technical stuff. I mentioned earlier that this car is so hardcore, it's barely even road legal. If you want to take this car on a trip and you want to pack luggage, you might think to use the boot or the trunk if you're American. However, inside the boot, you will be disappointed to see there is absolutely zero storage space. You can probably fit a few pieces of paper in there. So you're going to have to maybe have a backup car if you want to take this car on a road trip. That's how hardcore it is.
I'm next to the GT3RS, the 992 GT3RS, obviously just been released. This is the second one out of 4 that we've had in our workshop so far. We've obviously had a few here in Bahrain. We've had some. We've also had some in Qatar as well. So, but these are just, every time one comes in, I'm like, oh my God, I start drooling over it. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal car. This is essentially a proper race car on the road. So there's a lot of details on this that obviously we have to account for when we're doing the PPF and all the treatments that we're doing. But you would have seen the wash stages of this car. You would have seen the PPF process on the other car that we've had. But yeah, let's go through some stats, because this is just mind-boggling in terms of the specification of the performance of these cars. It's just mental. So let's just start going through all of that. So speaking about the aero, this car has 860 kilos of downforce. That is double the 991.2 GT3RS and triple the 992 GT3. So it's that much more downforce on these cars. I mean, that's really where the car shines. That's where the most important part of the car is that it's the downforce. It's around the corners. That's what's going to happen. The speed has been improved, obviously. So the horsepower has been increased from a GT3 by 15 horsepower. So it's 525 versus the 510 on the GT3. The 0 to 60 is actually 3.2 seconds, whereas the GT3 is 3.4 seconds. I mean, considering that it's got this massive wing and all this aero and it's still fast, is incredible. Speaking of this massive wing, let's start talking about this. This actually has active DRS, similar to what you see on Formula 1 cars and proper race cars, is that when you want to go faster, when you want to get down to that slipstream behind the other persons in front of you, you press the button and you go for it. It basically becomes into the slipperiest mode to be able to give you that little bit more top speed. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of aero, in terms of carbon fiber, this car is filled with it, especially this car because it's got the Weissach pack. But anyway, you would have seen loads of videos about all the specification, the differences. I mean, even on the steering we'll be able to tell there's a lot of buttons there and there's a lot of different functionalities that you can change the setup of the car. But again, I'm not going to bore you with all of that. What I do want to show you guys is basically we had an event in Leeds, Topaz Leeds, where we had this car, not the specific car, but the GT3RS being the hero in a Porsche event. We also had some in Midlands that we want to show you, and we also did a few in Germany. Actually, we sent out our team to Germany to get some more of the GT3RSs done. So anyway, I wanted to just show you this. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching and all your support. Take care.